All right, boys, so I just came off the stream for the day. We're going to upload this to YouTube, guys, because I thought it was really good. My good friend Inception made a video pretty much talking about how FIFA is, man, and the kind of current state of it. And, like, I think he nailed it so on the money with what's been going on this game, specifically on PS5. But basically, we're watching it through, we're reacting to it. I'll leave the link to his video in the description down below. But I think it's really good, man. I think it's a really good watch along for any of you guys that missed the stream today. I just think it's really important that you hear it out. I think he makes some really good points. So we're going to get right into that. Thank you for all the support on the channel recently, guys. I really appreciate you guys, man. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. You guys want to put it on 2x speed? 125.
The new gen version of FIFA, guys, it's a nothing game, okay? Because the game completely revolves itself around AI. It is completely AI based. You might as well put your controller down because everything is AI based. When you are attacking, it is AI based.
Chad, it's so true, man. I've been playing FIFA for so long, man. I'm telling you, like, it's so true. This is literally why I fell off. I can't, like, when you get to, like, 5 wins in champs or some shit, it's just whoever gets the most lucky, man. I always say that this year, but it's too automatic. So I agree. It's a very true point right there. I think you guys understand with that too.
For the new gen version of FIFA, and this is the thing that you guys have noticed on a consistent basis, is that everybody is using direct passing tactic because the attacking AI unbalanced is absolutely horrible in this game. It doesn't matter what instruction you do, it doesn't matter what tactic you do. These guys don't know how to move. You get inside the 18-yard box, if you're using a formation like a 3-4-2-1, a 4-3-3, these guys, even if you have them to cut inside, get in behind, they just stand there. They just stand there. So what does that lead to? That leads to a playstyle of doing a bunch of idiotic, stupid things inside the 18-yard box to score your opportunities. If your attackers do not have 5-star skills, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to attack because these guys cannot dribble, cannot move at all when majority of the player base is playing park the bus tactics, okay? You play this game, guys, every tactic video you guys watch me do
you smell that?
okay? Watch the last 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. I'm telling you the exact same thing every single time.
Smell that, chat?
Doing idiotic things inside the 18-yard box to open up space to score. I have to go for a McGee cancel, then I have to do an L1 elastico.
Yes!
I have to do a shot cancel to force the animation out of the defender, even if the person's not doing it himself. And then I have to wait for my player to do this push forward, which is a stupid attacking
can somebody, can one of you guys who always tweets me these fucking videos and TikToks, can you guys make like a clip of this right here? Like, can you guys put this 2x speed right here, guys? Like, speed it ×2 and record it on your phone. Like, it's exactly what my brain process thinks on next gen when I get in the fucking box. Listen, McGee cancel, L1 elastical, shot cancel. Watch, listen, at full speed. Ready? Hold on, we're gonna do it, chat. At full speed. Listen to this.
It's just doing idiotic things inside the 18-yard box to open up space to score. I have to go for a McGee cancel, then I have to do an L1 elastico. I have to do a shot cancel to force the animation out of the defender, even if the person's not doing it himself. And then I have to wait for my player to do this push forward, which is a stupid attacking AI to begin with.
Yes!
He would not be on side fight if he does the push.
Yeah, you hear that? That's what I feel like in the box, man. That's what's going on in my brain.
It's so horrible. It's so horrible that
L1 elastico, McGee cancel.
A long time to get just two proper players playing in the middle positions, okay? You guys know what players I'm going to talk about because Fakir didn't hold up well for his team of the season afterwards in the cam position like the Foden did. Foden definitely a little bit more. But the 2 players that I'm talking about is Flashback Benzema and the Europa League Fakir card playing in the cam position. Up until that point, guys, I could not find a single person that can play those positions well enough. You guys remember that it was literally a meme in the beginning of the year with me where Angel Correa's card, his rare gold card, was the only striker I can use in the game because he's the only one that had decent attacking AI in the game. The amount of players that you guys have released in this year's game for all the team of the season stuff, all of this stuff, that have no unique attacking AI. You have a player like team of the season, Vinicius Jr., who was released recently, who has the most unique attacking AI, but he's the only one that has it. I've never experienced any player in the game that moves like him that allows you to play football. I had to wait for a Flashback Isco card to release with his medium-low work rates to play in that cam position to be able to move properly too. But you know what you were able to do back in the day, EA? You were able to use different types of players, right, constantly, and even if their attacking AI was not as good as this player, they wouldn't be moving in a generic way on the pitch where they're doing the dumbest AI runs you'll ever see in your entire life. Because what happens? They are playing against
but Chad, listen. I know I have a bias because Inception is my friend, all right? But listen, guys, listen. The thing is, you owe it to him because he cares, Chad, you know? I only care about you guys now. I don't give a fuck about FIFA anymore. That's the problem. Like, he still cares a lot. Like, this used to be me 2 years ago, and I can't lie to you, I don't care anymore because I know EA doesn't do fuck all. So I lost the passion. But we have to respect the passion, right? He has a lot of passion. You can hear the knowledge and what he really expects out of the game. Okay, so we're gonna keep watching. Let's go.
Because even if you get good attacking AI in this game with certain players, you're still going to go for the same goal scoring opportunities. There are very rarely opportunities where I can go for a shot across goal unless I am doing one through ball pass, one lob pass, which is the majority of goals that people are scoring because everyone is parking the bus and going for straight counterattacks. I've had people in this year's game come to me and say, oh, Exception, but I'm playing this playstyle, I'm playing this playstyle. And I ask them, you guys are playing the PS5? And they're like, yes. And then I watch the gameplay footage, but we're all doing the same thing. We're all doing the same thing. It doesn't matter what tactic you're using. We're all doing the same thing to score opportunities. We're going for shot cancels. We're going for McGeady cancels. We're going for the L1 Elastico. We're going for just the regular Elastico. We're going for the ball roll scoop to be able to score these opportunities. I've seen people, and I do it myself, I've seen the pro players do this, where when they're attacking against someone, they are only using this one player to do all these extra dribbles, doing all these extra skill moves 4, 5, 6, 7 times with one player, just to wait for that one attacking AI movement where they can do a bounce
He's staring at my soul, Jay. You see this right now? He's like...
It is a game of nothing, guys. The tactics in this game are horrible. The way that the players move is horrible. The defense is so AI-based. Here's the problem, guys, okay? Is that there was actually no way to fix the next-gen version of FIFA. There wasn't, because I'm going to tell you guys why there wasn't a way to fix this game, okay? There wasn't a way to fix the PS5 or the new-gen version of FIFA because anything that they changed AI-wise would have been really bad for the game. Do you know why? Because everything in this game, manual-wise, is horrible, guys. You have the cursor on top of your defender's head, right? On top of his head, and the guy's doing a through ball in your general vicinity, a pass in your general vicinity, but your player doesn't magnetize to the ball when the cursor's on you. But if you take the cursor off you and you're using a player in Narnia, right? Your player will all of a sudden be able to defend it. Maybe. The guy will do a pass and he doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's going to work, but he's going to do it because he knows this game's random.
Yeah.
I have multiple gameplay footage that I don't even want to bother
showing.
So
true, man. That's so true.
Where I have faced people who just force the play every single time. Right. They defend to only use the one midfielder, and this is horrible to play when the gameplay, the majority of the time, feels horrible to play. Slow, sluggish, unresponsive, garbage, okay? Where they use the one midfielder, and you can barely move with your attackers. Even if you have full meta cars, you can barely move with them.
So bad.
To do a small dribble to open up space. You go for a shot cancel, to go backwards, they emphasize on the ball. They do this like sway with their body.
It's crazy,
I take one touch,
man.
Drag touch.
Chad, like we used to play FIFA, man, and just like make like a pass or like a ball roll. Yo, now to score, you have to like, bro, it's crazy how much you have to do. Chad, sometimes you get a shot cancel like 8 times to get open. It's nuts.
They don't have the cursor on top of their head. All they have to do is second man press, let go of it. The guy gets the ball, no problem. To attack in this game, the only way for you to attack is to congest the defense as much as possible for you to do direct pass, direct pass, direct pass, direct pass. One pass, shoot the ball in an empty net. One pass, shoot the ball in an empty net. One pass, shoot the ball in the empty net. There's very rarely any opportunities where you're going up against a defender and you work a space to go for a finesse shot inside the 18-yard box. There's very rarely any opportunity where you're attacking the defense a certain way where his defense is opened up and you can do like a cool little through ball to get past the defense because you timed it perfectly to shoot it across goal. Maybe go for a skill move around the... No, because everything in this game for the new gen version, it drops back. So all of these players, when you're playing, if you do not score these types of goals against people when you are on the counter, it's over for you. If you go back in any sort of way, they are already all in position. That's the only type of goal that you can score. Yeah. It is not a skill to allow AI for the attack to do all of that for you. Because that, like, guys, I swear, I would be defending in this game, right? And I reach a certain point around the 18-yard box where I'm like, if he passes this one area of the pitch, he can score a goal easily. He'll pass this one area of the pitch because I use the 3-4-1-2. So the left center back and the right center back are on overlap step up, which is great for pressure tactics, of course, but super easy to counterattack and to attack against because they commit forward, right? So if I'm not playing like a basic loser, an average loser who plays the new gen version of the game where I'm only just using these midfielders like this while the AI is doing everything else for me, if I'm not doing that myself, right, I'm just letting the AI do everything, you can see goals easily. But I can't. My brain cannot fathom it because I want to play the game. I want to be able to have the cursor on top of my head, block out a passing angle, go for an aggressive interception, go for an aggressive tackle, and I can't do that consistently because it literally does better when I don't control that player to do it.
No, it's true. It's crazy. That is so true.
The defensive AI is the same. People come to me, they're like, I play a different playstyle. No, you don't. You don't, because whatever tactic information that you show me, we all do the same thing, the same 3 things constantly. You will play people in this game that will park the bus like crazy and only go for lob passes and through balls. They will do absolutely zero breakdown of defense whatsoever. They see this one attacker that they keep on stay forward, through ball, lob pass, through ball, lob pass, through ball, lob pass. Even if it does not make sense to do that through ball and lob pass, that's the only thing that they will do the entire game. There is no authentic, oh, I need to use this formation, this tactic to break down this guy. None of that, because whatever tactic you switch to, sure, maybe the 3 at the back's not working for you, so you have to switch to a 4-1-2-2. But the goal that you are going to score is going to be the same type of goal again. It's only going to be the 3 play style. It's the direct passing freestyle or play style where you overcommit your attack, but you're vulnerable in defense because they can just go on the counter attack, do 1 through ball, 1 lob pass, and score against you, right? That's the one play style. The other play style is parking the bus and only doing the exact same thing again.
You're going crazy today, man.
Or you just let the AI do everything, and then maybe you get like some sort of lucky opportunity where you get through on goal. I play people in this game, right? And the good players, right? Even if you look at it in my point of view, because of the custom tactics, the stuff that I'm doing, right, to score these opportunities, people see this as a skill. No, this is horrible, guys. This is horrible. There's no authentic football breakdown whatsoever. It is the same 3 things over and over again. It actually boggles your mind. You're like, what's happening? It's just the same. You're whatever tactic information you switch to, it is the same goals over and over again because the defensive AI is so AI heavy.
It is.
In this year's game, in the beginning of the year, I think maybe into the 3rd week of FIFA, 2nd week of FIFA, I told people that this is the most pay-to-win FIFA you'll ever play in your entire life. And do you guys know why? Because basic players attacking AI is horrible, okay? Terrible. And then the defensive players is all AI based, so you just need to have.
You guys see me the last month? All I do is player lock now in the final third because the game doesn't make runs. You guys see that? Like every time I play a game of FIFA now, all I do is player lock because no one makes a fucking run anywhere.
Where people make mistakes constantly and get compensated for it. I still hate that a person can push out their goalkeeper against you, but they have like 2 defenders that block the inside of the 18-yard box. Even if a person would do that in real life, in a video game, it is idiotic for him to push out the goalkeeper in that way.
Every time I get attack, I gotta go.
Completely idiotic. At least create a system where if someone's doing that against me, I go for a chip shot, both of those defenders turn into idiots, and they can't do anything. But that doesn't happen. You're already playing against all of this AI, all of this stuff that's just congested inside the 18-yard box. You're already playing against this where you have to do stupid breakdowns. I see it on TikTok. I see it on YouTube. I see it from everyone that is serious in FIFA. I see it from myself because I do it constantly because the only play style you can go for, it's the same thing over and over again. I face people, guys, where I'm catching messages. I played the concept video for the weekend league where I have all of those end of an era cards, and I'm just catching messages constantly from people saying, oh, you play like a rat, you play like this, you play like that, when they all parked the bus anyways, because that is the default tactic. How can you willingly play the new gen version of the game, know how bad it is, but you still feel the need to send a message to somebody? Why are you sending a message? You know you're playing a horrible game. You know you're playing a game where the game is doing pretty much everything for you on the attack and the defense, and it's the same linear plays constantly. The play style that, you know, teams like Man City have, you know, teams like even Barcelona during their prime little Xavi moments when Xavi's the manager, the beautiful football goals, you rarely ever get that. There was a clip that I put on Twitter, okay? There's a clip that I put on Twitter earlier in the year. I'm going to see if I can actually search for it. I won't be able to search for it, I don't think, because it was an old clip of me scoring a good breakdown goal, right? A good breakdown goal, but the only reason I was able to score this good breakdown goal was because it was a counterattack. Right? It was a counterattack, but it was against like 4 or 5 defenders against like my 3 or 4 attackers. But that's what like back and forth FIFA was, right? Is you using these players and I outplay certain angles to work other certain angles, and then my attacking AI for certain players opens up the space a certain way for me. If the player's not defending this area, I score against him. It was a really good breakdown goal, but it was a counterattack, guys. My boy Matthew Capella.
Someone Hey,
he asked me what I thought about it.
Wait, I gotta hear this.
Everyone needs to tweet EA.
Nah, guys, the thing is, like, the sad thing is, I'm quite enjoying this. And it's very true. The sad thing is, guys, EA don't give a shit, man. All right? I'm sorry. It sucks, but they don't give a fuck. All right, hold on.
Good breakdown goal, but it was a counterattack, guys. My boy Matthew Capella, right? I told him for this year's game because he asked me what I thought about it, and I'm like, bro, the problem with this year's game is that the only time that you can do authentic breakdowns in this game is when you're going on the counterattack. But guess what? People catch on to that. When they notice that the only way that you can score good authentic plays is counterattacks, they just switch to default park the bus tactics right away. That's going to be their thing. That's going to be everybody's 3-5-2. It's going to be everybody's 4-1-2-2 with a cam. Still glitched in this game for 3 or 4 years, by the way, is where if you don't keep him on stay forward, he plays as a left mid or right mid in your midfield setup.
It's been broken since FIFA 16.
Even the new gen version of FIFA
6 years, chat. They haven't fixed it. You can't play your cam on
This is
basic
the
and narrow.
gameplay side, right? This is the gameplay side when we talk about inconsistent gameplay, when we talk about the specifics of the new gen version of the game. The specifics of the new gen version of the game is that it is a nothing game. That's what the new gen version of
I am
FIFA
just
feels.
sick of
I win
Atoll
games,
and
I don't
players
care.
that
I
never
lose games,
show
I
up
don't
in
care.
real
It
life
feels
getting
like
meta
a nothing
cards.
game. There's nothing rewarding about it because you are doing the same thing over and over again, and the game essentially plays for you.
True.
Multiple opportunities
Facts.
where, you know, I'm defending and I'm attacking, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness my AI did this.
The
Thank
passion
goodness.
is crazy.
And people are gonna be like, oh, but if this game didn't have any AI, we wouldn't be able to play properly. That's not true. That's not true. They have overpowered AI in this game defensively to a point where it is not fun to play. People went from the new gen version of FIFA and switched to the old gen version of FIFA because the game is less park the bus oriented and more and the dribbling is a little bit better over there to be able to play the game in a more open way. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's gameplay aside. Let's talk about the general experience of playing this game. Every game mode in this game is unbalanced, and I told you guys for years that it's unbalanced. Division rivals, foot champs, foot drafts, squad battles, horrible system to have for a video game when it comes to anything. The amount of times in division rivals, I used to do reviews for the elite division, I had to go down. You know, I had to go down. Too many people. First of all, park the bus like crazy. Only defend with the two midfielders. I'm not gonna get any footage this way. The only goals that you will see playing against these people is the same one-tap goals like you see in the custom tactics videos, okay? So I'm not gonna deal with that. Not only that, this is the only video game I have ever played, right? And to be fair, the community is at fault for this too, because listen, EA is at fault because they create a game that is toxic, but people add to the toxicity, okay? I've never seen this before in any video game. I've never played a video game where people play against you to actively waste your time. Never in my entire life. Never. I've never played Call of Duty. You know, here's the thing. Call of Duty, just leave the game, right? In FIFA, why would you want to leave the game if the whole system in
Love
your
you,
game
Dad.
is
Less
winning?
than 3.
Why would you want to do that? I've played foot champs games this year where I go 2 goals up and he puts an elastic on his controller. He puts his elastic on a PS5 controller. Do you know how crazy you have to be on an old PS4 controller? That's one thing. Oh, this is not an old controller yet. This is still a new console, okay?
Someone shut it
Unless you have like 2
down.
controllers and the first one's broken, then
Someone
that's understandable,
shut
right?
it down.
But do you know how crazy you have to be to put an
They
elastic
just
on your
want to
controller?
keep casuals
But people
at
do that.
FIFA,
And the reason why
so
you
they
know this is
don't
because when you
leave.
play the new gen
Some
version of
more
FIFA,
AI and more
people
market
need to play with a
crashes so
PS5
they can buy
controller. So they're
cards.
putting an elastic on their controller for foot champs. Oh, so now I as the player have to wait in that game because this guy's being an idiot. So I have to, here's the thing though, Here's the thing. I still have to score 2 or 3 goals against him because if he comes back and activates a constant pressure tactic, I am no longer able to play the game properly. My attacking AI is broken, my dribbling is broken, I can't do anything properly anymore. I have to wait and hope that I do not concede goals against this guy to win my games. I have to pray. I have to pray that it just ends up working because I make a pass to one guy that has pressure behind him, doesn't know how to control a ball. I make the control, everything's great, no attacking presence whatsoever for me to pass the ball to. None. Oh, so we're gonna do that because he's losing. Right. That makes a lot of sense. No, you know what that is? That's called a hotfix. Okay, a hotfix is something that EA loves to do in FIFA because they don't know how to balance it. They're like, oh, we don't know how to solve this issue where people are wasting time. Let's just make every single player marked, and when they touch the ball, they lose possession of the ball. Idiotic. Okay, idiotic. But yeah, people play to waste your time. That's in foot champs. I play in the friendly game mode where people do the first goal wins, whatever, right? But I play the game modes sometimes where there's objectives where there is absolutely no thing that tells you, hey, you know, if you do this objective, we'll give you games played. There's no games played. It's only wins, right? But they play to waste your time. And here's the problem, right? Is that, as you guys know, when you're using a team for these objectives, that is absolutely horrible, right? And you got lucky and you got some sort of long shot with a horrible player. You got some sort of header with a horrible player because the game actually registered it, because some headers still don't register nowadays because you do, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you cross the ball and your cross is a chip cross, even if you just press the cross button, right? Even if you just press the cross button, if your player does the chipped animation, it doesn't count as a header. Still to this day, even though you press that one button, it doesn't work, right? But let's just say, for instance, you noticed that you did
I didn't
a
even
driven
know
across
that.
your R1 square and you ended up scoring an opportunity. You're so happy this player is horrible, but I actually ended up getting this objective. No, elastic on the controller. I'm here to waste your time. They literally had a game mode this year where it was first goal wins that had a quantity amount. They're still doing quantity amount game modes. Still. They're still doing it. Even though it doesn't make any sense to do in your game
Yeah.
whatsoever, you still do
that's
quantity
true.
amount. Don't do quantity amount in any game ever because it's stupid. That's why foot champs is horrible. That's why your division rivals is horrible.
Horrible.
You have a system in division rivals where people have milestones that they have to reach. Oh, great. So now I'm going to go into a division rivals game and I want to play the game normally. Oh, look, this guy's using an elastic because he doesn't care about getting the loss because he's just trying to get his games played. Oh, but Inception, why don't you leave? Why do I have to leave? Why do I have to play a game where I have to leave because the game is being a nuisance to me because of the way that it's formatted? It's been formatted like trash because this one guy on YouTube, right, who has been saying it's trash for years, is telling you why it's trash, but you keep it in the game anyways. Because you don't care, because you want people to be in your menus more than actually playing your gameplay, because you know this is where you make your money. I'm not stupid. I know nobody's stupid. We know you guys make your money. We know people are addicted, right? But you don't deserve an audience. Your game modes are horrible. Your gameplay is horrible. This game from top to bottom is horrible. Let me tell you guys something, okay? Because some of you guys may see this and it's coming across as toxic for you, okay? The content guys, I love you, okay? You are the one that makes this game survive, okay? You are the one. And sometimes your content is still horrible. Sometimes you do some really dumb things, right? But some of the cards you guys release are pretty sick. Here's the thing about the content, okay? Because I get confused by this, right? You guys release such an unbelievable promo, like the Winter Wildcard promo, where you are releasing cards that I don't even know of. I don't even know who these guys are, but they play really well in game because you boost their stats up to be at a certain point where they're usable in the game. And then you never do a promo like that again. For such a large period of time, from that promo to the next, we were calling it out. When the Winter Wildcard came out, we were like, wow, I wish promos were like this all the time. And for weeks afterwards, it was just horrible promos.
Nick, he's looking into your soul when he was talking about content.
Because you released
brother,
a card like
I play
Koja.
this game probably more than any other.
I told people at the time. I still thought Gold Competitive was better than Koza. Okay, I told people this, but I liked that you made Koza because it's a different player to use that's still great for the meta of the game for his own reasons. Right? For 100k. You released Awar for 100k. There was a Jonathan David on the market that was cheap. There was cards like Gwynduzi. I didn't like Pontiff that much, but Pontiff was a unique card to put out. Like, and then, you know, most of your promos is just based off of like, hey, we're going to make the SBC content like not that great, but we're going to do all of the cards on the actual team pretty nice. Here's the thing. I like what you guys did with the transfer market. I don't like people complaining about the transfer market. These people can do one, okay? My problem with the transfer market situation is this, right? I really thoroughly hate, because I, as a content creator, need to spend money to make money. That's just kind of how that works. But I thoroughly hate how much coins I lose just because I feel like reviewing each individual card. Why do I have to wait a week after the promo, 2 weeks after the promo to finish for me to be able to try out the card? When people try out something new, it is fresh. They want to try it out new in that moment, right? But when you do that for this game, all you do is lose coins. Unless you, time the market properly. Guys, people don't have time to time the market properly. They can only play.
The market is not EA's problem. This is the first thing in this video that I just don't agree with. The market is a demand set from users, man. So everyone wants to try a new card. Like right now with Messi, of course they're going to overpay. And of course, when he's not new next week, he's going to be 2 million coins less. I don't see anything EA can do to fix that.
Play FIFA when they can. So their only experience of, you know, trying out these new promo cards is buying a card and then praying like this. They're like, please do not make me lose coins, please. I
guess you could say EA controlled the supply, but I still don't agree. It's still gonna be something like what we have right now.
I don't lose coins. Me, Bundesliga team of the season, I lost 1 million coins easily. Because you buy a player and you're like, oh, this is like a settled price right here, cool, you know. Not in the beginning, guys. I'm not buying players in the beginning. I'm buying them like 8 hours there after the release. No, bro, go down 150k, 200k. Okay, cool. Well, wait until the Sunday. Bro, did you guys see what happened to Ultimate Team of the season? If you had a Rafael Leon in your team for 2.5 mil, boom, crashed like crazy, right? People don't want to wait a week or 2 weeks to try out this card. They want to try it out in that moment, okay? But I do feel like what I'm saying is a little bit more nitpicky, because I'm looking at it from a gaming perspective, and I like when something is new, I can try out that new thing when I want to. If there was a grind concept through your gameplay where I can do hundreds, if not thousands of player picks to try to collect these cards as first owners because I grind your game through gameplay a lot, that would be great. You do not have a concept like that. If I were to do 1,000 player picks right now, I would be lucky to get 2 or 3 of the top tier players in that promo, right? Which leads me to another thing. For yet another year, guys, doing gameplay stuff in this game, actually playing the game, still makes you significantly times 10,000 coins less than someone buying a player and waiting 2 or 3 weeks to sell it. If I play FIFA, Division Rivals, Cap, Foot Champs, Cap, Draft, complete garbage because your gameplay is horrible, so I can't even use these formations and tactics because your players move like garbage in game. If I can't give a chemistry style that boosts dribbling for some of these cards in draft, I don't want to play it. I already cannot stand how they feel when I do give them a dribbling boost.
I don't even know who plays
Imagine
draft
not being able to give them a dribbling boost.
I don't even know
On these cards, it's whatever because of that time period, because this is an old team. But if you see my team nowadays, I gotta go marksman, I gotta give them an engine, because I need your dribbling to be at a 99 for me to have a chance of being able to dribble with you.
Nev still plays draft?
A chance. How many cards do you have this year where you have mid-90s for dribbling in every single stat, but they still dribble like garbage in the game? In this year's game, I told people in the beginning, like I said earlier, it is the most full meta FIFA you'll ever see in your life, because full meta cards, and I tell this on the stream all the time, they are not cards because they are the best versions of FIFA cards in the game. No. Full meta cards in this year's version of FIFA, for the new gen version of the game, literally means being able to play a video game normally, or as normally as possible because of your inconsistent gameplay issue. You need full meta cards to do basic things. You know how Di Maria is not a full meta card? There's going to be things that if the gameplay's rough, he's going to be annoying to work with. Some dribbling animation choices, this and that, right? But here's the thing, guys. When I review cards this year, I have to review the cards to the standard of this game, right? I have to review it to the standard of this game, because if it was to the standard of a regular person looking at a video game, all of the cards in this game that are not full meta are garbage, because the gameplay is garbage. So when you use these cards, they just feel like nothing players. The only people that will enjoy these types of cards are the people that are okay and enjoy the gameplay for whatever reason they have, so they can use the cards in that way. I don't know how, but they do, okay? I don't know, man. I feel like we play different games, because sometimes, right, I'll review a card and some people will disagree with my verdict on a card with him not being that great, right? But then, you know, I disagree on the card, but guess what? I never see the card being used. I only see the same teams constantly.
Yeah.
Always. I never see the new teams being, like, I barely ever see new teams being used. Barely. It's always the same cards, guys. All these SBCs that you're passionate about liking and stuff, I barely ever see them. I played Foot Champs. It's just the same, like, oh, like, there's this Patrick Vieira, there's this Mbappe, right? It's the same. And you can't blame these people. You can't blame these people because, like I said earlier, full meta cards are not the best versions of cards in FIFA. They are cards that allow you to play a video game like a normal person. You want to dribble a certain way, you want to pass a certain way, you want to do this, you want to do this. No limitations. That's the key word, limitations and restrictions. You have to get full meta cards, but not for a guaranteed, consistent performance in the game, for a chance of being able to do these things. A chance, because you don't know what it's going to be like. So it's really just chalked, man. Like for this year's version of the game, guys, what you're seeing right here is me being like you guys, being a regular person of the game, right? And this is still forced, okay? Because of the content creation side of things, because of the fact that I did custom tactic videos, right? Because this team wouldn't even exist at all if it wasn't for the content creation side of things. Because you see these consistent patterns every single year and you're like, what's going on, you know? The reason why it's so important for me to talk about the new gen version of FIFA, guys, is because this game is unpolished from top to bottom. And if they keep going in this direction of being AI heavy with the defense and the attack, we have a huge issue in our hands. Huge, absolutely massive. The community being toxic, man, it's hard to say whether it's even the community's fault, because you just don't format your game modes correctly and you make the worst game modes possible for people to get upset in a game where having competitive game modes is a joke because your gameplay is horrible from top to bottom. Let's talk about a few things I actually liked about the gameplay. One of the touch things that I like in FIFA is the new touch animation, where you cross the ball, chest it down, control it. Even before the game came out, I said that this was a cool feature. I like that animation. Comes off great. Timed finishing is less annoying nowadays. The only problem with time finishing is that if your gameplay is not up to par and your players, you know, start doing some stupid animation choices to take some stuff, even though some players take longer than others. Like Di Maria has a long shooting animation. That new Alvarez card has a long shooting animation, right? Unless you have situations like that and your players start behaving differently, you can't time them correctly.
Annoying when that happens, man.
You guys have been able to kind of switch my mindsets towards the shooting. Like the time finishing is actually not as bad anymore. I don't mind it as much, you know? It's still really random, where I can hit a green time shot in the same situation and a red time shot, but my red time shot can go in and my green time shot doesn't go in. I can hit 4 different finesse shots from good angles, taking certain touches from a green time shot and not score, and then I just score one random white time shot, right? It's still random, but the actual thing of hitting a time shot, right, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on manual goalkeeping. I don't care what anybody says about manual goalkeeping. When it comes to open play, manual goalkeeping is idiotic. Open play, manual goalkeeping is idiotic. It's idiotic, okay, because of how strong defensive AI is in this game. If defensive AI was not as strong, I probably wouldn't consider it as idiotic. I like manual goalkeeping for crosses, for corners, for free kicks, because these are more random variables that you want to avoid as much as possible. But guess what, guys? If, and I have to say if, keyword if, someone actually breaks down your defense properly, and they take the right strike and they green time it, they deserve to score.
Especially with
because
these defenders,
you have to worry about green timing a shot into a certain direction while also worrying about the fact that he might move his goalkeeper in that area. But even if he moves his goalkeeper in that area and you're like, oh, I have to adjust my shot, he could still move quickly enough to the other space to block that area anyways.
Yeah.
I've also been complaining about FIFA, like game modes and gameplay for years, and nothing's really ever done about it. They just kind of leave it as it is for the most part, and they're like, oh, we introduced these new mechanics that we did not polish at all for the other areas of the pitch because of this new thing that we're adding. It's never polished.
Yo, you know what I have as a complaint too about this game? Like on PS5, the game compared to like PES, right? Left stick dribbling is more responsive. But how in PES, listen, PES's left stick dribbling is like a fourth of as responsive as FIFA's. But two things. How in PES is it more rewarding to do a fourth of a left stick dribble and beat a defender because it's more manual than FIFA? Like, in FIFA, to beat someone left stick dribbling, even though it's 4 times more responsive, you have to do 7 left stick dribbles to beat the AI defender. Whereas in PES, you have to do a fourth, literally, to beat somebody. Like, just a fourth of the responsives. And second thing is, this game on PS5 feels like you're playing hockey, dude. Does anyone else feel that way? When you're playing on PS5, the game feels like it's literally on an ice skating rink. Like, half the time we pass the ball to our player, the ball is 10 yards backward because our player forgot to take their fucking skates off at the striker position and is running into the fucking back of the net. Like, that is a joke, man. How can you have 4,000 new animations and literally not give a fuck about how the fact that this does not feel like a football simulator, man? It feels like we're playing hockey, dude.
So, some of you guys enjoy these types of videos, some of you guys don't, and, you know, I understand both point of views. End of the day, they're not really going to do much. You know, the game's always going to be the same. They're never going to really adjust it. If it wasn't for
They're not, dude.
Year,
that's why I don't understand everyone that sucks off EA
tactic, which is
with 5 new games coming out. I don't understand it. EA doesn't change anything, bro, ever.
He is the best. Japes is one of the best people in this community, hands down. He's not even here anymore. He's still one of the best, okay? Because this guy, even back in the day when I used to watch his Road to Glory videos, I just loved. This guy made me like playing FIFA because he used different teams, different formations, different tactics. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I used to watch this guy play, and I'm like, dude, I need to use this formation. I need to use this tactic, and it was always authentic.
One time I played
Japes,
being a content creator that does my own stuff,
ago, and having him just give me a tactic is like, first of all, mind-blowing to me personally. You know, being a kid and then being nowadays, right?
19, just
and
crossing
if it wasn't for that 3-4-1-2 tactic for this year's game, I don't even know if I'd be able to play it. The 4-1-2-2 that I had was good, right? But it's good because of the glitch in the game. I don't like that stuff. I want to use the formation and tactic because it feels unique in game. It feels different. Japes last year for the old gen version of FIFA gave me like a 4-1-4-1 that played like Portugal did in real life for that one game against I think it was Sweden when João Felix was playing as the striker, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, this is so sick. Like, the way that this formation is built, the way this every formation tactic video you guys see this year, it is the same basic stuff all the time until Sir Master Japes came out and created this absolute masterpiece of a 3-4-1-2. Masterpiece. But you know why people don't like it? You know why people don't think it's a masterpiece?
Why?
Because you actually have to manually defend in it. You actually have to play the game yourself. Oh, but Inception, I hate this formation because my 3-5-2 is the best.
Nick.
The 3-5-2, when you use these basic instructions and tactics, the formation plays for you. It attacks and defends for you. That's why you like it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say that it doesn't do that in the attack for the 3-4-1-2, but at least the defense, it kind of makes you feel like you're playing. But it's not even worth it. You can't even blame these guys, right? Because when you actually manually do anything in this game, it's all horrible. If they were to remove an AI thing in this year's FIFA, it would be really bad because the manual stuff really sucks.
Right.
Which is the main thing of playing any video game. Other stuff in this game, you know, when it comes to, you know, the screw ups that EA have done through SBC content, like today they screwed up the eFix team of the season guarantee, where you got like 95% of Premier League players, they had to fix it because the packway was wrong, you know, all that kind of stuff, all the mistakes they did constantly. Oh, I do a prime icon pick, but I get a prime icon moments pick instead. Oh, but I can get this card. Other than all of that nonsense, FIFA in general is just not a good game from top to bottom. As a regular consumer hopping on to play FIFA, it just doesn't feel worth it. You go into the game modes, all of the game modes suck. Everyone's gonna give you a horrible.
Bro, I packed team of the season at Mbappe last week, and I sold him, man. Any other FIFA, for the most part, like except maybe 1 or 2 other games, I'm going right into a game, man, because I want to use him. But I don't give a fuck. That's such a good point, man. Like, no matter what these cards are, dude, or like anything, like I don't care. Like, I just don't want to use them, dude. That's just crazy, though. Imagine packing a 5 mil coin player and you don't even want to use him. You just sell him. What is that?
Experience because they want to play to waste your time, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I've never experienced in another game. If I've ever experienced this in another game, like a Call of Duty lobby, it's so easy to just leave that lobby and join another one. Right. Oh, this guy literally wants to, like, okay, I'll give you an example, right? You're playing Call of Duty, and some guy who doesn't have a silencer just follows you throughout the whole map and just shoots in the air, right? You know how those people are losers?
You just leave, but you just leave. Exactly.
But you would just leave that Call of Duty lobby. Oh, you get a certain challenge that's kind of hard to get. No, you gotta stay in that game now because you know that challenge is like impossible. Like a rare gold Zakaria ain't gonna hit that long shot. You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff like that. I know for a straight fact that there's many people who are content creators or many people who play this game. They know the game's awful. They don't say it. They won't be like me and say it. You know,
they get that money, baby.
Okay? So,
they get that money.
Yeah, long discussion. A rant video that
they pay your ass to shut up.
Some of you guys won't like, and we're gonna basically continue. But
that's life, though, man. That's life, Chad. That's every industry, man. That's life. I'm sure you guys know that happens wherever you work. That shit happens everywhere, man.
That you are playing a game of nothing.
People just get paid.
It's a game that means nothing, that plays like nothing, because there's nothing unique about this. It is nonsense from top to bottom. Okay.
The
15,
one thing
16,
I'll
17,
never
18, all these games
understand
suck because they never
is
fix
this:
this issue.
anyone on
Anybody
FIFA
that
who's
that are-
making
that are
over
nostalgia
5,
merchants,
who has
we
over
complain
like
about FIFA
500
every single
viewers,
year. When FIFA 15 was out,
or
it was
like
bad. When
I don't
16 was
know,
out,
and
it
I'm
was
not
bad.
calling out
15 was
people, but
bad
I'm just
until
saying like
18 pre-patch. 18 pre-patch. It was
some
also
people,
bad, but
man,
it
some
wasn't
people
bad for
gotta
me. It
like.
was bad for the community because they
There's
were
two
conceding so many
sides to this
goals.
story, Chad. Like some people don't speak at all about this game. The amount of money people are making over 500 viewers on this fucking game is crazy, right? So like some EA shush money shouldn't even matter with how much people are making. That's what I don't understand. But then the other side of the story is like maybe people don't want to speak up or talk much because they think it's too negative, or they just know that EA is not going to give a crap, which is pretty true. The second part, like EA doesn't give a crap. 51 minutes. Yo, guys, so we watched this video. He's okay, guys. He's not having a seizure. We watched it at 1.25. So I don't want you guys to think that he just had like 7 Red Bulls and 3 coffees. It just was a little bit faster to go through. Listen, EA, you owe this guy 1 year of life supply of edibles, man. All right? From Canada's finest up there in the north, okay? Because this is ridiculous what you're putting this man through. All right? Listen, EA, I want 1 year or lifetime supply for this man. Good video, chat. Good video. I mean, I don't really disagree with any of the points in here. The market thing is a little bit tough. Like, I think that the market is demanded by people who want to use the cards, but I think maybe they could alter the pack rate. Maybe that's something they could do. They made it a little bit higher this year. Dude, it's not my problem to talk about other people's money. It is my issue that when I see creators like ignoring issues in the game, man, like I get it, but it's a little annoying, man. So my favorite part is in the end when he said he's going to play tomorrow. If they bring out Lacazette, we're going to play this game regardless. I play this game because certain people expect me to play this game now for money, right? And it's my income. But this game is dog shit. This game is dog shit. That's my honest opinion. I think my chat knows that, dude. I don't even talk about it much anymore, chat, because to be honest with you guys, I just know that EA's not going to do anything, man. Like, it sucks.